Can't wait to hear what CTV's chief political correspondent Vassy Kapelos has to say about today's developments. Vassy, tariff on, tariff off. It's like a merry-go-round that never seems to stop. Will we ever see an off-ramp? I guess that's the multi-billion-dollar question.
Yeah, I think certainly, at least from the people I'm speaking to, Sandy, in the federal government, that is what the ultimate objective is. And in particular, behind, I think at the provincial level where Doug Ford is concerned, and even at the federal level, a sort of what appears to be a desire to see the countermeasures stay in place until not just the tariffs come off, but the entire threat of them. So whether that off-ramp is the renegotiation of the USMCA early, that's one possibility. But whether it exists overall or at all, I think is a live question that appears to have a different answer almost every hour.
Okay, I want to ask you, switching topics just a little bit here. You know, during a media avail this morning, we watched the Prime Minister. He was talking about tariffs, but he also seemed to get a bit emotional when he was talking about his legacy and the fact that he's on his way out. Let's let the audience give a listen to this.
On a personal level, I've made sure that every single day in this office, I put Canadians first, that I have people's backs. And that's why I'm here to tell you all that we got you.
Vassy, he also made it clear he won't stay on. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's interesting because our conversations and Canadians' conversations in the past number of weeks have been solely focused on the tariff issue. But in the meantime, these are the last few days of the Prime Minister being the Prime Minister after almost a decade. And so watching that press conference today, it was like almost like, oh, wow, okay, that's actually happening. We had almost like forgotten that that was the case. I think when it comes to the transfer of power or whatever you want to call it, it is going to happen next week. That's what he said, that essentially he won't lead a caretaker government. And what I am told behind the scenes is there were some conversations. The prospect of that floated from the Trudeau team to the Carney team, and it was pretty explicitly rebuffed by the Carney team. So confirmation today from the Prime Minister that he isn't sticking around, which means probably at some point, one of the days next week, he will no longer be the Prime Minister, and his successor, chosen Sunday night, will assume the position. Sandy?
All right. Appreciate it as always. Thank you, Vassy.